corner, they talking real loud, spreading no lie, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading no lie, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading no lie, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Got my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swirling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams.
All right. Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah, and this is your Saturday wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel. If you haven't done so already, be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, so y'all, I was going to try to take the day off, but I just can't because Diddy can't stay out of trouble. Okay, Diddy cannot stay out of trouble. So we're going to talk about it in a second. Okay, so everyone, be sure to hit that like button. Thank you very kindly. All right. And don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr_Shakur and Twitter or X at TheGoddess27. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. Okay, so before we get started, let's have a brief word from our sponsor at 12 Tribes.
Do not buy 12 Tribes on Earth hair growth oil and hair magic elixir unless you want super healthy, gorgeous hair that grows. They have a whole line of amazing hair growth products, including hair growth leave-in conditioner spray, hair growth shampoo, hair growth spray, and hair growth butter. I'm starting to sense a theme here. They include quality natural ingredients. They smell amazing, and you can see the results for yourself. So if you're looking for healthy hair growth for your natural or relaxed hair, try 12 Tribes on Earth today.
Okay, so don't forget you can purchase 12 Tribes oil for your hair at Etsy.com and just look for Lisa Crafts. And you can also find it at Walmart.com. Okay, so hello, Claudette, Jeff ATL, Juju B is in the house, Buckhorst DC, Pearly is here. All right, let's get into it. Everyone hit that like button. Okay. Juju said, you know the Queen makes it make sense. Thank you, beloved. I appreciate you. Okay, hey 504 Nola, Jamal is in the house, Sunset Nights. Okay, shout out to all of my loyal roads and everyone tuned into the Queen. All right, shout out to my moderators for putting in work. Let's go ahead and get this party started. Now, this is going to be brief. Hey, Shamika. Cecilia's in the house. Okay, this is going to be a brief broadcast, guys, because the Queen has things to do. Okay, but we got to, hey, Nessie X, but we have to talk about Diddy and his nefariousness. So let's get into it because Sara Rivers from Making the Band has now sued him for $60 million. Okay, please pay attention. Let's get into it. Making the Band contestant Sara Rivers has filed a new $60 million lawsuit against Sean Diddy Combs, alleging that the mogul actually harassed her and stroked her melons during filming of the hit MTV reality show. Now, Rivers claims that after she refused Combs' alleged sexual advances, he then decided to retaliate against her and blackballed her from the music industry. Now, I want you all to pay attention to how many of these people who have worked with Diddy in the past allege that Diddy got them blackballed, okay? Allege that he just basically got them blackballed so they couldn't have a lucrative career, and they say it's because they wouldn't do what Diddy wanted them to do. Now, of course, these are all allegations, but mind you, if these things are true, that is just such a sad shame that so many people were denied a chance at fame and fortune, possibly thanks to Diddy. But let's continue. So the R&B singer, who was part of the musical group The Band, described her allegedly hellish filming experience in a massive 148-page complaint filed Friday as the look-back window was set to close on otherwise expired claims linked to New York City's Gender-Motivated Violence Act. Now, more than a dozen other plaintiffs filed separate claims against Combs Friday to make the same deadline. Honey, Diddy got a whole lot coming his way, and his trial is just a couple of months away, and he's still getting hit with suit after suit after suit. Now, Rivers, who went by Sarah Stokes on the show, claims that Combs controlled her sleeping schedule. I believe this all sounds familiar because we heard the same thing from Dawn Richard. Okay, says he mocked her eating disorder, yelled at her, and forced her to do menial manual labor without pay. You mean like that time he made those people walk across the bridge, okay, to get him a slice of cheesecake? Anyway, I digress. Including the time he notoriously made Rivers and the bandmates, exactly, walk across the Manhattan, walk from Manhattan to Brooklyn. Now, that was crazy work. At that point, I knew Diddy had to be nothing more than a nefarious narcissist, okay? You made those people walk, okay, in the dark of night. It wasn't even daylight to get him some darn cheesecake that he probably didn't even eat. Now, beyond what the suit calls inhumane working conditions, Rivers claims that she endured Combs as he actually harassing her. The music executive allegedly made humiliating comments about her physical appearance, including the time he purportedly inspected her backside and remarked everything needed to get firmed up. Can you imagine, ladies, can you imagine somebody doing that to you? This is all so nefarious, but hey, this is what Diddy has been accused of. Please pay attention. So anyway, in the encounter, Rivers labeled a battery. She accused Combs of cornering her in his recording studio, raising his right arm to block her movement and asking in a low, sensual voice if she needed anything. She claims that Diddy then ran his left hand across her melons while repeating the phrase, if she needs anything, just let me know. Is that how you said it, Diddy, with your nefarious self? I absolutely cannot with a Diddy, okay? If you need anything, just let me know. As he's stroking melons, honey, I would have took my knee and put it where it didn't need to go, okay? Or where he didn't want it to go. Anyway, let me continue. So Rivers says she bolted from the encounter in shock and disbelief. The complaint names more than 24 defendants, including Combs' mother, Janice. All right, now I'm just so anxious to see if in March, when the co-defendants or the co-conspirators names are, the co-defendants names are released, is she going to be one of them, or the co-conspirators, not defendants? But is his mother going to be on there? I have several questions. Now, Universal Music, MTV, and several other bad boy officials are all named in the lawsuit. Mind you, it's 148 pages. I don't think I'm going to go through all of that. But anyway, saying this is yet another example of false claims. This is what his attorneys say, filed against Mr. Combs. They have the same story every time, okay? Now, despite around-the-clock filming during 3 seasons from 2002 to 2004, I'm sorry, you guys, pop-ups. Okay. Despite around-the-clock filming 3 seasons from 2002 to 2004, Rivers claims that she was never compensated for appearing on Making the Band. Instead, she claims the band members were only given $5,000 in cash after tour performances. Okay, the only other time Rivers says she received a check was when she was allegedly pressured into signing a publishing agreement with a company owned by Janice Combs. I want y'all to pay attention because people have been alleging as of late that Diddy's mother has been involved in his shenanigans, okay, and played a huge role. And let's not forget how Kirk Burrows says that she took over his shares in the company. Now, it goes on to say, in exchange for her signature, Rivers alleges she received a one-time payment of $25,000. Rivers claims that her rejection of Combs' advances, along with her questioning of the contracts and her refusal to fulfill a bad boy directive that she posed for Playboy, led Combs to abruptly fire her and disband the entire group. Do you all hear this? This is all nefarious, honey. Now, she alleges that after she was banished from Bad Boy, her attempts to continue her music career were thwarted by Combs. Rivers claims that she once had an offer on the table from Capitol Records, but later learned that Combs interfered and personally called executives at the label, telling them not to sign with her. In addition to Rivers' complaints, Combs was hit with claims from more than a dozen others Friday in the final hours of the GMVA claim revival window, initially passed in 2000 with a 7-year statute of limitations on claims. Now, the GMVA was amended in 2022 to allow victims to file otherwise time-barred lawsuits during a look-back window spanning from March 1st of 2023 to March 1st of 2025. And scores of accusers have sued Combs during this time, starting with Combs' longtime partner, Cassandra Ventura. Now, aspiring musical artist Seven Guzel filed her own 44-page lawsuit Friday, alleging Combs groomed and raped her on multiple occasions after they first met in 2017. Already, and I want you to pay attention because didn't he say, and that bogus apology that he gave Cassie, that he was in a dark place and that he had to get rehab, he had to go to rehab and he had to get therapy and all of that? Well, that was in 2016. So here in 2017, someone has accused him of doing something else nefarious. And there's many of the lawsuits that have been filed after he supposedly got therapy, okay, and rehab. So clearly, if he did actually get those things, I'm just saying it doesn't sound like they worked, if these allegations are to be believed. Now, already a signed artist at the time, Guzel says that Combs lavished her with praise, frequently invoked his power to influence her career, and regularly plied her with rugs with a D and alcohol. Now, during the first instance of S assault, Combs forcibly compelled plaintiff to perform fellatio before violently raping her. This occurred without her consent and despite her explicit refusal to engage in any S acts with him, according to the filing. Now, Guzel claims that she fell into a cycle of abuse with Diddy, where he would alternate between S assaulting and humiliating her and then showering her with excessive kindness. Oh, so he would love bomb her, allegedly? That is also nefarious. Now, she claims that Combs coerced her into taking pills that rendered her unconscious. She says one alleged attack happened at a studio owned by Sony Music in New York, while another took place on a flight. She alleges that she awoke on the flight to find Combs raping her. According to her lawsuit, Combs' chief of staff, Christina Coram, helped to facilitate and cover up the alleged abuse. Now, you know, in that filing by, what is that woman's name? Thalia? I can't remember her last name, but you all know the lady that's represented by Lisa Bloom. Anyway, she said basically the same thing. that Christina Corden was there to aid him in doing this. Oh, so nefarious. Now, while what is playing out at the moment still feels very surreal, and it has put me in a whirlwind and roller coaster of heavy emotions, Gazelle says. To see other victims speak out and describe in detail very similar things that have happened to me is something nobody can prepare you for. It took me months to even read Cassie's lawsuit. It was extremely difficult to process, to say the least. Now, she says she decided to step forward now in the hope she might help other aspiring artists in the music industry, saying, I hope what I'm doing gives young women and men the courage to stand up for themselves. Artists are important. They're an important part of our society and need to be protected at all costs. What was done by Sean Combs to me, as alleged in my complaint, is unacceptable. Now, her attorney, Jordan Merson, says that Combs subjected his client to a pattern of abuse. Seven's case is very similar to Cassie's. She was up and coming and extremely talented, and Sean Combs said he was taking her under his wing. Instead, he put her through hell for 4 to 5 years. Now, he would subject her to horrific abuse, and then he would use his power to just keep her in his orbits. So both Coren and Sony were listed as defendants in the lawsuit. Attempts to reach representatives from both were not immediately successful as of Friday. Now, Merson filed a second lawsuit on Friday on behalf of 7 other plaintiffs with separate claims against Combs spanning over a 20-year period. Latasha Forbes claims that she was 17 years old in 1994 when Combs allegedly raped her at a bad boy office in New York, or at bad boys' offices in New York. Billy Cummings alleges that she was 14 or 15 years old in 1995 when Combs allegedly molested, with an M, her by grabbing her vajayjay during a video shoot for the Notorious B.I.G. in New York. Plaintiff Ian Fearon claims that Combs violently assaulted him in 2003 when he was 19. Yet another lawsuit filed Friday was entered on behalf of a Jane Doe who alleges she was 16 years old when Combs allegedly assaulted her in 1993. The plaintiff claims that she had just given birth to a child shortly before the incident, but managed to make her way to what she thought was an audition to be a backup dancer for Combs. She alleges she ended up at a home on Long Island where Combs handed her a drink that she believes was laced. Jane Doe claims she was rendered completely unconscious and woke up in the back of a moving vehicle hours later with signs that she had been severely damaged and brutalized in an assault. Now, Texas attorney Tony Busby also filed 7 more lawsuits against Combs in the final hours of the GMVA revival window. In one of the new complaints filed Friday, the lawyer who first sued Combs last October said he was representing a John Doe who was 14 years old in 2006 when Combs allegedly assaulted the minor in a hotel in Manhattan. Now, with the deadline for New York's Gender Motivated Violence Act expiring tomorrow, it's clear that opportunists are rushing to file last-minute meritless claims. This is what Diddy's legal team says, honey. Mr. Combs remains confident he will prevail in court. Ooh, honey, that is a whole lot of nefariousness being alleged. What do y'all have to say about it, honey? What do you all have to say about any of it? Because, I mean, I cannot believe that all of these lawsuits are still popping up. Okay? All right. So anyway, now let's talk about this woman who claims that she was at a party, at a white party, where Diddy violated her in front of everybody. All right? CK says it's all about the victims. Absolutely. Okay, so Diddy accused of turning a white party into a nightmare by raping a woman in front of all the guests. Diddy turned a woman's hopes and dreams for success into a nightmare during a crazy incident at one of his own infamous white parties. Sean Diddy Combs' once lavish white parties in the Hamptons, a playground for the music industry elites, allegedly hid a nightmarish secret. A newly filed lawsuit accuses the embattled music mogul of rugging with a D and raping a woman in plain sight while guests partied around them, oblivious to the horror unfolding behind closed doors. The woman, identified as the plaintiff, claims that she was just 24 years old in 1999 when she was lured into Diddy's orbit under the guise of networking for her music scouting business. Now, what should have been a golden opportunity turned into a grotesque ordeal inside a house filled with debauchery and unchecked power. According to, now, if you look up the word debauchery in the dictionary, I'm pretty sure there's a picture of Diddy right there. Okay, now according to the lawsuit, Jay Stone invited the plaintiff to Diddy's infamous Hamptons Bash. She had no idea that upon entering the sprawling estate, she would be stripped of her phone and left alone to navigate a space teeming with naked guests engaging in open S acts. The air was thick with excess, but what happened next was something much darker. The complaint alleges that after consuming a second drink offered by Diddy, the plaintiff began to feel lightheaded, her body betraying her as the effects of what she believes was a spiked cocktail took hold. Now, there's a video which I'm going to share with you all before I finish up, okay? And I'm going to mute it because they're playing music in the background, and I'll just add my own music. Cypher says Diddy still thinks he's getting out of jail. Oh, yeah, he's confident. You heard what his legal team said. He's confident that he will prevail in court, beloved. He absolutely thinks his nefarious self is getting out of there. Okay, please pay attention. Oh, so crazy. Likes up, everyone. Please don't forget to like and share. Thank you. Okay, thank you very kindly. Well, let me see here. Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track.
Another Queen Ahmadiyyah production.
Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, we hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul, I'm ready for the show. We break the chains, rewrite the rules in this concrete jungle where nobody's fools. Unity sings louder than the lies they scheme. In the heart of the struggle, we dare to dream. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. Haze on the corner, they talking real loud, spreading on light, trying to bring me down. Enemies lurking, but I won't back away. Got a vision in my mind, I'm here to stay. Put my crew beside me, we rise like a tide. When the storm gets rough, we ain't gonna hide. Propaganda swilling, but it won't touch me. Only love around, that's how it's gonna be. Keep moving forward, never looking back. The truth's in the power, it's an unstoppable track. In the city lights where dreams collide, light. We hustle through the night, fire in our stride. Whispers in the dark, can't dim my glow. With rhythm in my soul.
I think we've seen enough to get the gist of it. Okay, so they were having the time of their lives. They were clearly having the time of their lives. And look at Ashton Kutcher. Where is he now? Clearly on the run, okay, from these Diddy allegations. Anyway, she then was led to a room to rest, only to awaken in a state of paralysis as Diddy, fully stripped of all his clothing, honey, standing there in his birthday suit, stood before her, choking his chicken, is what she says. Standing there, okay, pleasuring himself while other men's voices echoed in the background, okay, people sitting there watching. I mean, can you imagine the humiliation, the shock, and the appall? Now, that's if this is all true. Now, she could see, she could hear, but she could not move. The lawsuit claims that Diddy raped her while she drifted in and out of consciousness, unable to fight back and unable to scream for help. Other men allegedly entered and exited the room, laughing as the assault took place. When she finally regained full consciousness, she found herself dumped outside in a car, bruised, swollen, and robbed of her dignity. Now, a security guard, armed and unbothered, handed her back her belongings and issued a chilling warning that she should feel grateful that Diddy had picked her. Isn't that something? I mean, the nerve. Now, he reportedly told her to accept what had happened and move on because no one would believe a nobody over a music industry kingmaker. Terrified and traumatized, the woman confided in a friend who urged her to go to the police. But the threat from Bad Boy Founder's enforcer loomed large, silencing her for over 2 decades until now. This lawsuit adds to an avalanche of allegations that have engulfed Diddy in recent months. The Bad Boy Records founder is currently facing a federal indictment on charges of trafficking, racketeering, and witness intimidation. Prosecutors accuse him of running a whole entire criminal enterprise designed to entrap, abuse, and silence victims while leveraging his billion-dollar empire as a shield. According to court documents, Diddy's alleged reign of terror included physical assaults, forced labor, kidnapping, and a sophisticated network of enablers who ensured that his crimes would be buried. Now, while Diddy has denied all these allegations against him, his legal troubles are far from over. He's slated to go to trial on the RICO charges in May. Ooh, honey, I'm telling you, the allegations continue to pile up. But guess what? And guess what, beloveds? While all of these allegations continue to stack up against Diddy, guess what his children are doing? They're out there spending Diddy's money and balling out of control. Okay, while Diddy rots in jail. We're going to get into that in a second. Jerron says, so they are claiming everyone there just watched. Statute of limitations should count, but never matters when it is a Black person with money. Well, yeah, they're saying that everybody sat there and watched. That's what she said. People exited in and out. People were sitting there laughing or whatever. You know, at the end of the day, there's been a myriad of people that have said the same thing happened to them and different allegations. Okay, Miss AP said, I'm looking forward to the trial. Honey, I am too. Okay, I absolutely am too. Okay, Diddy partied a little too hard, says Joy. Yeah, that's what it sounds like. Now let's talk about his nefarious kids. Because they report that when Diddy's away, his kids will play. Okay, Sean Diddy Combs' 6 oldest children have been living big and using their famous papa's money to do so. Okay, a source close to the embattled music mogul's inner circle said that the kids been out here just spending money like it's all gravy. Okay, as Combs awaits the start of his trial May the 5th, okay, for federal trafficking and racketeering charges, his influencer offspring have been taking lavish island vacations, no less, and extravagant shopping sprees, both here and abroad. Oh, let me tell you something. They likely are doing all of this, and there's pictures of them, honey, just having a good time. But you know what? This is likely because they're spoiled brats, and Diddy possibly has not taught them about responsibility. Okay, they probably don't even have a concept of the value of money. So they're out there frivolously spending this money, knowing or not even realizing that their father might just be going broke, and that he may never get out of jail. And they're just going to spend up all that money, run through it. And then what are they going to do? So anyway, this is all crazy. Now, they want to look like ballers and project this image on Instagram and TikTok, sources explained. But that's Diddy's money. I mean, maybe he gave them permission to spend it, but I doubt it, since he's got all these people suing him. Honey, they need to sit down somewhere. I mean, his twins look like they're on a yacht, honey, in bikinis. I'm not going to show that picture because these bathing suits are a little skimpy. Now, since Combs' arrest last September, his private jet's gotten a lot of use, making trips to California, Hawaii, Texas, Florida, and several other states, as well as Mexico, Italy, India, Ireland, Canada, and St. Martin, according to flight data reviewed by the Post. First of all, what the hell are they doing in Ireland? Okay, this is how you know they are just doing absolutely too damn much. What are they doing in India and Ireland? And this is all crazy. And Canada, honey, please pay attention. Let me show you all some of these pictures. See, this is karma. Okay, this is absolutely karma. CK said having a good old time. Yes. At Diddy's expense, honey, please pay attention. I absolutely cannot. Look at him, horseback riding, honey, by the ocean, no less. Okay, that's Janice Combs. And I don't know who that is with her. Look at him. I mean, they're all getting in on the action, honey. Okay. And so anyway, let's continue because I find it all so interesting. This is just what Diddy gets as far as I'm concerned. This is just what he gets. So they say jet fuel ain't cheap, says the source. Okay, every other day these kids are getting on Puff's jet, and every time they do that, it costs him thousands just for the effing fuel. Honey, they don't care. It's not their money, but they're going to spend it. Now, Quincy, age 33, Justin, 31, Christian, 26, Chance, 19, and 18-year-old twins Delilah and Jesse are apparently not shy about sharing their luxury adventures on social media. Now, on his Instagram, Christian recently shared a video of him playing on an ocean beach with the youngest of Combs' 7 kids, Little Love, age 2. Now, pictures show him shopping for diamond-encrusted watches. Oh, honey, wait till Diddy hears about all of this, okay? Because y'all know Diddy probably doesn't even know. Shopping for diamond-encrusted watches and designer jackets at luxury vintage clothing stores. What goes around comes around. And exiting an SUV carrying shopping bags from 5 high-end shops. It's all crazy. Okay, now, other pictures show him with his girlfriend, Raven Tracy, riding camels in Mexico. On her account, there are snaps showing Combs with a massive diamond chain around his neck and Tracy at a spa, along with pics of Tracy lounging on a yacht. I'm sorry, but this is hilarious to me while Diddy's sitting in jail, okay? Just eating this terrible food and all of that. So desperate to get out. And all of his legal fees just stacking up, you know, with his legal team for his criminal case. And then all of these people suing him with all of these civil lawsuits. And they're out here spending money like this. Like, that doesn't even make sense. This is how you absolutely know they have no concept of responsibility. I just really don't think that they do. Now, Quincy also enjoyed some fun in the sun, while Chance recently rode horses along a sandy beach following a trip to an amusement park. The twins last month posted photos from their trip to St. Bart's, wearing matching Christian Dior bikinis aboard a dark blue yacht. The source told the Post that in addition to the designer clothing and tropical vacations, they have been giving away cash to friends. What? How they acting like they got money to burn? Do y'all hear this? Giving money away to friends. They say, the source says, when the cat's away, what do the mice do? Okay, with him waiting in jail for his trial, those kids are doing just whatever. Forbes last year estimated Diddy's net worth to be around $400 million, down from the $740 million that he was worth in 2019. Now, after his arrest, radio programmers quickly removed Diddy's tunes from their playlist. That's what Billboard reported. Okay, now his royalty payments, according to the source, will likely take a hit as well. He says, they say they're acting like he's been convicted already or he's dead, like he ain't coming back. That's the entitlement of these younger folks. Okay, if the cat ever comes back, those mice are effed. Reps for Diddy and his kids did not return phone calls for comment. Y'all heard that? Oh, nefarious. Okay, they give zero else. I want y'all to pay attention. Joy said they're spending his hope to get out of jail money. His hope to get out of jail money. Right. Terry Hartfield said they don't give a F. No, it sounds like they don't. And, maybe they do think he's never getting out. That's probably what it is, because at the end of the day, if they thought he was coming home anytime soon, they likely wouldn't be doing that. Now that I think about it, because they know there would be some consequences, or at least they should think there would be. Honey, they're probably like, forget that. We're going to do what we want to do. Okay. It's all crazy. But like I said, this is what happens when you spoil your kids. Okay, Diddy should have had all of those kids as soon as they got to the age, when they became like 16 and 17. He should have had all of them get jobs and work, so they would understand and know the value of $1 and what it means to have to work hard for your money, and not just think that everything's going to be handed to you on a silver platter. But because he has failed to do so clearly, this is what's going down. Too bad for him now that Kim Porter's not here, because if they had their mom, Chance has her mother, but clearly Sarah Chapman doesn't care. But if Kim Porter was here, I'm sure things would be going differently. But thanks to Diddy, at the end of the day, thanks to Diddy not teaching his kids anything about responsibility, he might just be broke if he ever does get out. Okay, please pay attention. CK says Granny taught them well. Okay. Woody T said you would think his accounts would be locked. He needs to censor more than Wendy. Well, here's the thing. He probably didn't lock his accounts because he possibly has the kids sending him money or putting money on his books or something. Honey, who knows? And then he also probably is allowing them to pay the bills and things like that, because all that still has to be taken care of while he's incarcerated. So they're just doing too much. What Diddy should have done was he should have had an accountant or even his mother in charge of paying his bills or whatever and taking care of the bare necessities and things that need to be done. But those kids should not have had access to his money. I don't know what he was thinking, honey. Okay, they should not have had access to it. Okay, that's DJ Major said the same thing. He said, what is Diddy thinking? Exactly. Sharon said he didn't know the responsibility of working. He took everything from people. You make a good point. You make a good point, because Diddy did take money from his artists, according to all of them that have come out and spoken against him. And so, yeah. So if he didn't know about responsibility, maybe that's why he didn't teach it to them. Because Diddy's, according to sources and the things that we've heard about Diddy over the decades, allegedly, Diddy has been given things, and then when he wasn't given, he would just take things, okay? And so please pay attention. Terry says, didn't FBI seize some of his accounts? No, I don't think they've done that yet. That would likely be, they talked about his trial and stuff, and then saying that some of his things might be, confiscated, okay? So with that all been said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast. Everyone, please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. And if you missed that broadcast last night, please go back and watch. Okay, please go back and watch that broadcast when Trump and JD Vance went in on Zelensky. Okay. Jeff ATL said, I know Mace is laughing his ace off. Yeah, I'm pretty sure he is. And so are a lot of other people, because I know that I am. Okay, please pay attention. Okay, so with that all been said, I hope you all enjoy the rest of this beautiful day. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember, beloveds, to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
With that gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now.
That's
See
right.
a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy.
Real slick.
I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on they necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threats. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans and I got